Hi guys, my name's Lucy and this is Haribo. Hope you're enjoying your day. So today I will be reading you a story called My Best Friend Bob with Harry on my lap. In my last video I said that I was going to read this story with Harry on my lap, and I hope you got to know him by now. Okay, let's get started with the book. So this book is by Georgie Ripper. Okay. Wait a second. Get to the first page. Right, okay, so the first page is this page. And it says, Brian the guinea pig lived in a nice comfy cage in Pete's pet palace with his best friend Bob. Brian had short, shiny fur, which he was very proud of. Bob had long, tufty fur, which he didn't really think about all that much. Okay, so that must be Bob, and that must be Brian. Okay, next page. The two little guinea pigs spent their days doing what guinea pigs do best, eating, sleeping and playing I Spy. Brian was terribly good at I Spy and almost always won with clever words like
Budgerigar
and dog food. Sorry about that. So you can see the budgies. Yeah, I think they're budgies. And I don't know what that has to link with Budgerigar, but
I think it might be because they're living in a pet shop.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah, I think so. And then they got dog food. Yeah, and yeah. So next page. Okay. One day, Brian and Bob were busy playing when a little boy walked into the shop. I spy with my little eye, said Bob, but before he could finish, the little boy reached into the cage and picked him up. I want this one, the boy said. I shall call him Fluffy. Brian watched as Bob was put into a cardboard box with holes in the lid. He just had time to wave goodbye and Bob was gone. Okay, so I reckon Brian's getting a bit sad because basically his best friend's just gone. Okay, so suddenly the cage felt very big and empty. Oh dear, sighed Brian. I shall miss Bob. And he trundled off to find a peanut to cheer himself up. But he didn't cheer up at all. In fact, every day Brian missed Bob more and more, and every day he felt more and more miserable. Okay, so he's just really sad that Bob's just gone. Okay, so then one day Brian was sitting in his cage, feeling very glum, when he noticed an old man peering down at him. The man picked him up and smiled. He's just what I was looking for, he said, and he put Brian into a box. So there's just this old man picking him up. I wonder what's going to happen to him now. Okay. At first, Brian was excited. Maybe there'll be other guinea pigs in my new home, he said to himself. He began to whistle and felt much more cheerful. Okay, but that evening he found himself all alone without so much as an earwig for company. Brian sighed. He wished he was back in Pete's pet palace. At least he could chat to the goldfish there. I wonder what's happened to my best friend Bob, whispered Brian. He's probably forgotten all about me by now. He wiped away a tear and curled up in the straw. I think Harry's enjoying listening to the book. Okay. The next morning, Brian hadn't even opened his eyes when he felt his box being lifted up. "What's happening now?" he grumbled. But he didn't really care. Things couldn't get much worse than they already were. He drifted back to sleep, dreaming of Pete's pet palace and winning a peanut throwing contest with Bob. He's really missing him at the moment. A little while later, Brian was woken by a buzz of excited voices outside his box. "Oh, bother," he said crossly. "Can't I at least have some peace and quiet?" Then suddenly the lid was lifted off and bright light streamed into the box. Brian looked up to see a little boy smiling down at him. He sleepily wondered if he had seen the boy somewhere before. I wonder where. The boy picked Brian up and gave him the biggest hug he'd ever had. I'm going to give you a big hug. "Oh, thank you, Grandad," he said happily. "He's just what I wanted. I shall call him Snuffles." The little boy put Brian into his new hutch. Brian stretched out and sniffed the air. "That's funny," he said, and sniffed the air again. As Brian watched, a pile of hay in the corner started to move, and all of a sudden, what do you think is going to happen?
Oh, I wonder.
Bob! Okay, next page.
Can I have a look at that page again, where they
Yes.
met each other,
Nice.
where they were reunited?
Ready?
There they are,
Bob!
Bob and Brian.
Oh, sorry. Yay!
They look so happy to see each other, don't they?
Yeah.
That's probably how you're going to feel when you see your friends again.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Brian was so excited to see Bob, he thought he might just burst with happiness. That evening, sitting together in their hutch, playing I Spy, the two little guinea pigs had almost forgotten they had ever been apart. "I spy with my little eye," said Bob, "something beginning with P." But Brian was already fast asleep. And there it is. Okay, I love that story. I think it's a really nice story just to think that when we see our friends again, we're going to be so happy, and it's almost like we'll enjoy them, and we'll just we'll enjoy them more than ever. So I hope you enjoyed that story. I certainly did. Harry certainly did. He's been what do you call it?
Squeaking.
Squeaking the whole way through. So you must be happy. Okay, I'm going to say bye now, and Harry's going to say bye.